Writing. The alarm rings. It's 6 a.m. You groan, half asleep, hand fumbling across a nightstand to hit snooze. Why did I set it so early? You mumble. A few minutes later, brushing your teeth, you glance at the mirror and think, I need a haircut unless... You rush out the door already late, reaching for your keys, only to realize they're not there. You sigh, clenching your fists. I can't do anything right, you whisper. And in that moment, something subtle happens. You've just spoken to the most powerful person in your life, yourself. We all do this. Every day, thousands of thoughts, looping like quiet background music inside our minds. Most of them go unnoticed. But those whispers shape everything. Our choices, our moods, our sense of who we are. This, psychologists call self-talk. It's not a strange habit. It's not a sign of weakness or instability. It's one of the most human things we do. Every thought that passes through our mind leaves an imprint, like footsteps in wet cement. Over time, those prints harden, forming the pathways of our beliefs. As children, our self-talk begins out loud. We talk through everything, playing, building, imagining. A child stacking blocks says, this goes here, and this one, no, that's wrong. Okay, better. To an adult, it might seem like meaningless chatter, but to the child, it's learning. Lev Vygotsky, a Russian psychologist in the 1930s, discovered that this kind of speech isn't just play, it's training. By repeating what they've heard from adults, kids start learning how to guide themselves, manage emotions, and take control of their thoughts. Over time, those out-loud conversations become internal. They turn into the silent voice we all carry today. And that voice, it never stops. It narrates your life. It's there when you're confident, and louder when you're not. It reminds you of deadlines, dreams, mistakes, regrets. It can push you to keep going, or convince you to stop before you start. Whether you realize it or not, your self-talk is a story you tell yourself about who you are and what you deserve. Now, here's the thing. Not all self-talk is equal. Positive self-talk builds momentum, but negative self-talk corrodes it. The difference is subtle but powerful. When you say, I can't do this, your brain listens. It believes you. It shuts down creativity, lowers motivation, and reinforces the pattern of doubt. But when you shift that to, this is hard, but I can figure out, your brain also listens and opens a door. The science is clear. Your brain responds to your words. Studies on athletes, students, even doctors under pressure show that motivational and instructional self-talk increases focus, confidence, and emotional control. It literally changes your performance. But it goes deeper, because when you change your inner dialogue, you're not just changing words, you're changing your identity. Every time you say, I'm lazy, your brain records that as truth. But when you reframe it, I'm tired right now, but I'm capable of more, you rewrite the script. And if you keep rewriting it long enough, you stop playing the old role. Still, many of us are trapped in toxic self-talk. We become our own harshest critics. You're not good enough. You always screw things up. Why even try? That's not self-awareness. That self-abuse dressed as honesty. It's a quiet poison that seeps into our self-worth. Over time, it drains motivation, feeds anxiety, and cements hopelessness. And yet we repeat it every day because it feels familiar. But here's the truth most people never learn. You don't have to believe everything you tell yourself. Your mind produces thoughts, but you decide which ones to nurture. Cognitive behavioral therapy, one of the most proven forms of psychological healing, is built around that idea. Therapists teach people to identify distorted thoughts, challenge them, and replace them with balanced, compassionate truths. It's not about toxic positivity. It's about fair honesty. Instead of saying, I'm worthless, you learn to say, I'm struggling right now, but I still have worth. Instead of, I can't, you say, I can learn. And there's another secret. How you address yourself matters too. Studies on what's called distant self-talk found something fascinating. When people refer to themselves in the third person, using their name instead of I, it changes everything. Saying, I can do this feels emotional, pressured. But saying, Sarah, you've handled worse than this, you've got it, feels calm, supportive, rational. It creates a distance between your emotion and your action, giving you control. So next time you face something that scares you, try it. Speak to yourself like someone you love. Here's what's beautiful. You don't have to wait years to start changing your inner dialogue. You can start right now. Start small. Notice your thoughts. Catch yourself when you say something harsh. Pause and ask, would I say this to someone I care about? If not, change it. Over time, your brain rewires. The voice that once tore you down becomes the one that builds you up. Because the truth is, you'll spend your entire life with one constant companion, your inner voice. Friends will come and go. Careers will shift. Circumstances will change. But that voice, it's always with you. In every win, every failure, every quiet morning. So treat it like a lifelong friend. Encourage it. Listen to it. Challenge it when it lies. Because one day, when you look back on your life, you'll realize something profound. The person who made you or broke you was always the one inside your own head. So the next time you find yourself talking to yourself, don't be embarrassed. Don't silence it. Instead, steer it. Guide it toward growth. Because every time you speak, you're writing your story. And the story you tell yourself today becomes the life you live tomorrow. Be careful with your words, because your mind is always listening.